Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. I forgot. So say, what's up, ballers? It's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. See, I got y'all. Change is hard. Change is hard. It's time though for another clutch update. So let's get started. And before I do this one, Kurt kind of hollered at me on the last one and said, "Hey, you didn't show the parents." So I'm going to show you the parents. And we're going to start with this really nice male who has just been put in with female to breed. Hasn't started yet. And this is our pied male. And you can see how colorful he is. Really, really nice. Love this guy. He is just a beautiful snake all in all. Alright, go back in there, see your girlfriend, make me some more pies. Can you do that? I hope you can. And then we'll show you the mom, who is way down here. And she is looking for, haha, smarter than you. And she is a really nice. Now she doesn't, and her children are the same way. She's a fire yellow belly. But if you look, the flaming doesn't really come up too much on her. It does in the front half, not much in the back half. Same over here. There's flaming, but it's not crazy high. However, the overall color, that nice goldish bronze that develops is there, and the head stamp is there. So definitely can see the fire influence. And then you also get a nice yellow belly pattern going in there. So, and it's not super like, on the yellow belly pattern, but it's definitely there, and she's produced yellow belly babies. So no doubt we'll put her back in there. Go on. Go on. Oh, don't hiss at me. Come on. You can see how pretty she is as she kind of meanders. I think that's a good word for it. Into there. Go on. There we go. All right. So let's show you some babies, right? And the first baby up will be, of course, I guess this is 1815-01. And it is super crazy exciting baby, let me tell you. It is a normal looking baby. Although, yeah, it's normal. And you can see, I mean, it's banded, which a lot of times will be indication of certain genetics. But I don't see any flaming whatsoever on it, really, to speak of. And its head doesn't have the fire pattern. So I don't see fire in there. Even though the color's pretty nice. And if you look at the belly, I don't see yellow belly pattern. Now I do see het pied markers. Those are pretty strong. So this is, of course, and even without the het pied markers, that doesn't matter because I know the dad was a full-blood pied. So this is 100% het pied, little normal female. Pretty cool looking snake though, all in all. So we'll put her back. Now this is kind of a little bit of how we identify some of these genetics. Some of them can be a little bit difficult if you haven't done it a lot. And, you know, some of these are still fairly new for me to work with. 1815-02 will be our next one. Now this one is more exciting. Let me show it to you. Now you'll see that same kind of banded pattern, but you can already look and the color is a few shades brighter, right? And if we look on the sides, you're starting to see that flaming. There it is a little bit, there it is. Look at the head. There is a clear head stamp. More flaming. And again, like mom, not a lot of flaming, not overly heavy on it, but it's there, you know, it's there. The other thing is, if I can get it to unroll a little bit, I'll show you its belly. Come on, little buddy. There you go. And you can really see through there the yellow belly patterning and what it's doing, the checkerboarding and everything going on. So what we believe we have here is a fire yellow belly, 100% het pied. Now, as this snake ages, the colors will get better and better and better because of the fire. So a really cool snake. These things are awesome. So put that one back. And you'll see why I think they're awesome here in a little while too. That brings us to 1815-03, which is right here. This will be really similar to that first snake. Not as banded as the first one, but again, no flaming at all. Right? No head stamp. I mean, a little bit of blush on the head, but nothing too exciting. And you can see the het pied markers coming through there still on the tail, the lines, but you don't see up through here any of the indicators of yellow belly.
Can you point out the het pied markers?
Sure. This one isn't, the other one's a better one, but what you're looking for are, you know, it'll be easier to show you the other one. This one I see it because you can see the tracks there, but it's not overly. It's there, but it's not crazy. So if we're gonna do it for display purposes, it'd be better to do it on this one. So I mean by the het pied markers. And you're like, I'm tired of you messing with me. I don't want to do this again. But here they're very, very evident on this snake. I know, little one. And there, you see those straight lines running along? And I'm talking, it starts about there, and it runs all the way through. Like, look like a train track almost. Those are what they'll call het pied markers or het pied tracks. Come on, straighten out. I'm not going to force the snake to straighten up. It's just not worth it. There you can kind of get a good view of them, though. Those two straight lines running down along the tail, when you like here and here, they're all pretty much connected. There's one break there. Those are het pied markers. Now, just because you see that on a snake does not mean it's het pied. So don't go into Petco, see that like, oh, it's het pied, and then claim it's het pied and know it's het pied until you breed it. In this case, I know they're het pied because the father was pied. So he has no choice but to pass that genetic on to every single one of his offspring. So every baby in here is 100% het pied. Now, we didn't produce any pied babies because the mother was not het pied. This is a long-term working on project we're trying to get to. If that makes any sense. So 1504 is right here. This is another male. Come on, little one. And again, you're going to see the banding, right? You're going to see the really light color, and you're going to see the flaming. There, there a little bit, more there. So you're going to see all that. So, and the head, there's the head stamp. You see the coloration there. So this is, we're sure, is a fire. But what we didn't call it is a yellow belly. Now it could be, but I just don't see the checkerboard pattern I normally like to see. And that could be because, again, the het pied marker's kind of overpowered. I do see some yellow coming across in the belly, which could be an indication yellow belly's in there too, but I'm not 100% certain. So we're just going to call this a fire, 100% het pied. If it's yellow belly, hey, bonus for somebody. But I'm not going to call it something unless I'm pretty certain that that's in there. In this case, I am not that certain. And that brings us to 1505, which is our last one to show. Ah, here she is. Now she is not going anywhere. And again, you'll see the head stamp there. You'll see the bright colors. She's got some of the banding. Not as much of the banding as the two males, but some of the banding is there. You'll also see, whoop, angry little snake. The flaming, bump, 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 bump. And over here, so again, we're thinking there's fire in there for sure. When you look at her belly, that's probably the best indicator of the yellow belly on any of them. It's definitely got the yellow belly in it. It's starting to almost get a ringer up from there too. I know, you're just pissed off at the world. So, and I keep flipping you around and showing things off. So, this one we believe to be a fire yellow belly, 100% het pied. This is a little girl, and this is one I'm keeping back because Question Girls always wanted to make a pumpkin pie. That's something that she just wants, and this is the ticket to doing that. So that's why I'm keeping that. Of course, if we hit it with this, we can make some pumpkin pied fire yellow bellies. So it'd be a pied yellow belly fire, or a fire pumpkin pied, yeah. I'd probably just, you can't call it cinnamon pumpkin pie because it's already cinny, but, it'd kind of be like a pumpkin pie with a little bit of flavor. Anyway, that's her. And that is the last snake in that collection. She is a keeper for that purpose. All right, Kurt, any questions about all those mix of weird genetics and my complete bumbling, sounding like a moron the last 30 seconds?
Are you going to repeat this pairing this year?
No, I'm not repeating this pairing this year. The reason I did this pairing, from a business standpoint, for this year, this is not a good pairing. And the reason it wasn't is because, monetarily speaking, you're making a bunch of het pied stuff, it's not anything too exciting. But for what projects I had, it was an important pairing. So this year, that fire yellow belly girl will be paired to the scaleless head lemon blast male, and I'm going to be raising this one up along with a few other visual pieds I have in order to get to some pied genetic projects down the road. So I won't be repeating this. I will not be making any het pieds this year at all. Just not in the cards. Or Pied will be going to a Pied, and that's all he's breeding this year. So no, if you want to have Pieds from us, this is the year to do it, because next year we won't make any. Will we make some in the future again? Yeah, I'm sure we will, because when we breed her, she'll throw some hets and some visuals, right? So it could always happen again, but that's going to be a few years off. Any more questions?
No.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week, and we're going to get on over to Patreon and put these things up for sale over there.